Login. Go to DrawToCode. Log in with Google for safe and secure authentication. Navigate to Create Card. Click on the Create Card menu on the navbar. This will take you to the page where you can create a card for a particular problem. Fill out the form. On the left side, you will see a form to fill out, and on the right side, a preview of the information you have entered. Enter problem details. Problem name. Enter the name of the coding problem. For example, generate parentheses. Description. Describe the problem in your own words. Note that this description box supports Markdown. Category. Choose a category. For example, backtracking. You can select multiple categories at the same time. Reference link. Input the reference link from where you got this problem. Select solution images. Select 2 images of the solution in any programming language. You can only select 2 images. Input code instructions. Refer to any one code from the image and simultaneously enter the first instruction in the input box below the image selection section. The first instruction may be an input sentence, output sentence from sample test cases, or a direct function definition. Track instructions. Enter input and output sentences one by one. After entering each instruction, click the respective button. For example, input sentence, output sentence. The entered instruction will appear on the right side in the tracking code and selected images section under the main function. Function end, break statement, continue statement, use the simple statement button. Variables, for example, incrementing, decrementing, defining, use the variable value assigned button. For function calls. Use the helper function call button. For return statements, use the return statement button. For simple statements, for example, function definition, function end, break statement, continue statement, use the simple statement button. Implement helper function. Click on the Select Other Function button to implement the helper function. Enter the helper function definition and click the Simple Statement button. For if statements, enter the statement and click the If Statement button. Enter remaining instructions and end the function with a return statement and a simple statement. For recursive function calls, enter the instruction and click the recursive function call button. For recursive function calls, enter the instruction and click the recursive function call button. Enter remaining instructions and end the function with a return statement and a simple statement. Complete the card. After completing both functions, click on the Create button to create a card that helps track each instruction. Successfully, it will appear in the Home menu. Click on the newly created card, which will appear at the end of all cards. Click on the Track button to track the instructions of that card. Track code on DrawToCode. After clicking on the Track button, you will be navigated to the DrawToCode URL. Here, you can visualize and track your code. On the DrawToCode page, click on the directed icon to track the code. You will get an instruction section where you will understand how to track the code. Start tracking. Click on the Start Tracking Generate Parentheses button. You will be shown input statements and output statements where you can enter sample input and output on which you want to track further code. Navigate through instructions. After that, there will be a function definition with double downward arrows for the next instruction and double upward arrows for the previous instruction. There are also double right arrows for helper function calls and a ban icon to not execute the current instruction. For if statements, there are true and false buttons. You can also enter for loop and while loop variables like initiator, incrementer or decrementer, and limiter.
The recursive call number above all instructions denotes the number of times this function is recursively called or how many stacks of function calls are remaining to execute.
Instructions.